Hi there, my name's i.Daburn. I'm from i.Daburn Salons. I'm the creative director and owner here. Today we're going to do one of the famous haircuts which has become very fashionable right now. It's the Pob, which is Victoria Beckham's bob. What we're going to do is just going to show you step by step how we get there. This is Laurel's before look when she came into the salon today. The first thing I thought was that she had the perfect hair to actually replicate Victoria Beckham's Pob. With Laurel's skin tones, the hair colour, and with the personality that she has, we thought we'd take it to very light shades. We're looking at more pearl and iridescent shades here. One of my senior technicians, Nicole, separated the back section of the hair under the occipital bone, and she's just left some conditioner on there so that she can prevent any of the products that she's going to use going into the hair. The back is then separated with some foils so that we prevent any overlapping of the colour that we're going to be using through the top. The triangle shape is very important. The idea of that is that we're going to be working the haircut much shorter through the back sections. This allows the top layers to fall through. She's also worked through a zigzag parting because we're working with such strong definitions of colour. We don't want the hair to have a definite line as the hair falls. She's applying the main base colour all the way through from the root sections to the ends, and then we finish off with the final sections, which is going to be the bright highlighted sections. The slices are going to allow the hair to move in a more free motion, and you're going to be able to see much larger sections of the brightness coming through. So after 35 minutes, you'll see that the colour's already started to change its shade. This is not the final colour that we've chosen. We will be introducing another colour shade to go on top of this. And you can see clearly how the three different shades match together, from the natural shade at the back into the golden shade, and then the slices of the blonde through the sides and top. The final colour is the toner that we've chosen. This is to make sure that we have an even distribution of colour all the way through from roots to end. This will also tone the highlights, the slices that we put together. So now we get to start the haircut. Laura is one of my stylists. She's doing a regular horseshoe section. The horseshoe section allows us to separate the hair into two sections and allow much faster approach for the haircut. The beginning of the haircut starts at the back. Point cutting technique will allow the hair to move much more freely and have a very loose effect. Working with a channel cutting technique, this allows you to take weight away from the hair in a very soft way and allow the hair to move much easier, especially if someone has a hairline that moves very unruly. Point cutting all the way through the haircut is very important in this shape. The shape has to be very separated, very loose, otherwise the hair becomes very rigid. A deep parallel point cut technique allows the hair to move at its maximum. The front section of the hair is very important to be left separated away from the rest of the hair. We call this a disconnection. A disconnection allows the shape to be more exaggerated. Once the hair has been blow dried, this will allow us to see where the hair falls and where we can actually separate the back to the front and then start to visually join them back together. While she's blow drying the hair, what you'll notice is that she's working with volume. You must always remember to work with the hair in the opposite direction to the hair falls. If you work in the opposite direction, it tends to create much more of a root lift. Working with a straightening iron at this point is usually very important for a stylist. This allows the stylist to see the hair fall in the way that we've actually cut it. This also allows us to connect the shape together in a much more natural way. Laura here is finishing off the shape, working through the perimeter line. We call this personalizing. This is finalizing the shape to suit the individual. The basic shape of the haircut has been put together first of all to suit the face shape and the head shape. Once the haircut dries, we start to notice things that move around and that need to be adjusted. A slicing technique has been used throughout the whole perimeter and through the internal shape. This will be done on dry hair. The idea of this is that it will create much more looseness and versatility in the final shape. This also allows the colors to be blended together. Back cutting is used usually through the crown sections when we need to have a little bit more volume and separation. We're coming to the final stages of the haircut. It's very important for a stylist to move the hair around to make sure that the suitability of the shape fits with the client's details of the face shape. Here we see the final look. The amount of times we're doing this haircut right now, I would estimate about 3 or 4 clients a day per stylist. The Pob is popular right now because we're seeing a big trend in 1980s fashions come back again. And back in the 1980s, we tended to see a lot of asymmetric and very short haircuts. Well, thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the segment. Who knows, if you have this haircut, you may land yourself your own David Beckham.